your question, sort of young men coming out of seminary, one thing I would, given what I've already said, as I've had contact with so many people, number one, relax. You're not the Lord's servant today that by His grace you'll be in 20 years. There's room, and you need to understand that you need to grow. Don't be anxious about that, but be ready to grow and experience that growth. And you minister the word in today's world, and that sets up, there are complexities, but remember what your competence is as a minister of the gospel. You need to recognize your limits. You're not some kind of Renaissance person. You serve the church, you serve the Lord of the church best as as can be said about your ministry, what Paul says about the reception of his ministry by the Thessalonian church, that you turn from idols to serve the living and true God as you wait for His Son from heaven, Jesus, whom He raised from the dead. I guess I'm back now to stressing the importance of seeing that redemptive historical context. See, that concretizes a gospel ministry without having to have an answer to every issue that's bubbling in the culture at this point. You can't be indifferent to them, but our ministry is not in the it interests me that the book of Hebrews is written to a certain audience who is anxious about their present situation, but you don't learn. When you come to introductory questions, it's pretty clear it was written to a Jewish Christian audience who's wrestling with how does the church relate to Judaism? But even Voss shows the plausibility of case that it's a Gentile audience. But and these people are under apparently pretty severe persecution. So somewhere there in the 50s, 60s of the first century, you learn nothing, or the writer says nothing to them about their immediate geopolitical circumstances, but he focuses on them. Christ has appeared once for all at the end of the ages to put away sin by the sacrifice of himself. Preach that, as he will appear a second time for salvation to those who eagerly await him, which is the same thing as 1 Thessalonians 1, 9 and 10.